Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear respected brothers and sisters, we have been discussing for the last few videos why the black community are poor in the world compared to the white and the brown. Today, I have another reason why we are poor. Maxaan anagu dadka Afrikaanka haddaanan ama Karibiyaanka oo madowga aan faqiiriin u nahay oo dee ummadan kale oo cadaanka iyo casaanka aan ugu dambeynaa markii la dhaha xagga maalka. Waxaan maanta idiin wadaa arrin kale. I have another reason why we are poor today. Why am I mentioning this? So that we can improve our life. We only blame what happened for last 100 years ago, which is colonization. So we need to move on. And the other reason I have today is we as a black community, we waste a lot of money, a lot of food, a lot of food. Whenever we have a leftover, we just put in the bin. We don't put in the fridge for use for next few days. Whereas the white and the brown, when they have a leftover, they put in the fridge and wait for the next meal. But we, as an African and Caribbeans, as a black community, when we are, fill our stomach with the food that we cooked, whatever left, just put in the bin. And this is something practical I'm saying every day. And I've seen in my own community. And one time I went to holiday in Africa to visit my family. And I went to a restaurant. They give me food. I had enough. And I told them, put the rest left over for me in a takeaway bowl. And the lady laughed at me. She was laughing so much so that she started crying. I said, why are you laughing? She said, where are you from? How can you? I've never seen somebody saying, put left over for me so that I can take it home and put it in my fridge. And I told her, how do you deal with the money, with the food? If you can see now, half of it is here. What are you going to do with it? And she said, whenever we are enough, we have enough, we put in the bin or we give animals. Next to us, there was a goat just loitering around. And she said, we normally give the animals or we put in the bin. And I told her, why are you doing this? Because this is the culture. You can see, brothers and sisters, why we are poor. Whereas the white and the brown, when they have, even in London now we live, people cook food and put it in the fridge for the next few days. Forget about 1 day or 2 days, 3 days. For the next 7 days, some people cook for a meal for the next 7 days and put in the fridge. And you as an African or Caribbeans, you are so arrogant, so proud with yourself, that you don't want to eat your own leftover food. You put in the bin. What do you expect now? You lag behind from others now. You never move forward because you are wasting your money. You are wasting your food. You are wasting your own energy you worked for. Just because you say, oh, I don't eat leftover. Inta soo hartay ma dadka cuna mawaaliin dadka Yurub jooga dad nolol xun ku noolo waxa aan fresh ma cunayaan wax fresh ma cunayaan saasay ku leeyihiin. They always say, people in the Western countries, they don't eat any fresh food. They eat leftovers. Why are we coming to Western countries then? Why are we coming? We are coming here to have a better life and to get jobs. Why? Because these guys, they have been working hard and never wasted their food. Marka Africa markaan tago cuntada lagu ciyaaraya Soomaaliyay cuntada ku ciyaarin waxa laga yaabaa dadka say u badan yihiin inay haysan fridge. Yeah, maybe most of the people in Africa, they don't have a fridge. If you don't have a fridge, cook whatever enough for your family. Don't cook a lot of food. Okay, some people, they have fridge. My case, in my family, they had fridge. They don't want it. I try to introduce this culture, which is saving the food in the fridge. They left off, all of them, they say, no, we don't want this kind of culture you're bringing from Africa, from Europe, I mean. You can see, brothers, this is the reason why we are lacking behind in terms of wealth as an Africans and Caribbeans, as a black community. You don't have to blame someone else every time that I'm poor because of so and so. So please, from now onwards, when you cook food, cook enough food for the family. If you have leftover, in case happen, put in the fridge, if you have a fridge. Or keep it maybe next for lunch. You don't have to cook another food. Imagine what I have seen in Africa. People cook breakfast and lunch and supper. And all this food is being cooked, there's a leftovers remaining. All the leftovers are put in the bins. And then later on they say, we have nothing, we are poor, can you please send us $100? Markaysa qofkaas laftiisa ku dhaya marka $100 ii soo dir waxa ma haysti biilaan dhahay hay cuntadina biinku ku guraya arigu siinaya hay marka arintaas ida culture-gaas waa in la bedelo waay Afrikaan hadaan we need to change this kind of culture. We need to be very clever people. Of course, we are clever people. But somehow, we are degrading ourselves by begging others every time and maybe blaming others, saying we were victimized and colonized. Even Indians were colonized. Asians, all of them were colonized. And they moved on because of saving their own food. Okay, even the white people, the Irish, were mistreated in England. After 40 years, they moved on. They were spot on. They work in the farms. They save, money. They put in the fridge whatever they have left over from their food. And now after 40 years, they move. This is what I'm not just talking, guys. I spoke to a lot of Irish people here, and all people, how they were mistreated, and now, after 40 years, they are doing very well. So this kind of excuse of saying, only I'm victimized, I'm colonized, I'm enslaved, I cannot move forward, I cannot, save my food, and I waste it. Then you stay behind always. Always you stay behind. As an African or Caribbean, as a black community, we need to move forward. Even in London, the black community are poor. Please and please, let's change. They say there is no future without change. And the other advice I will give you is, if you have blood pressure or diabetes, please make sure you walk. Every morning I try to walk 1.5 hours, at least 10,000 steps a day. And now my diabetes is gone, my cholesterol is gone. Alhamdulillah, my blood pressure under control. From 2018 up to now, you can see I'm running and walking every morning before I get to my work. Please forward this video to others so that at least they can benefit. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala increase your health, wealth, and take you to Jannatul Firdaus. Thank you.